Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of my RTX solo survival series. And I am here preparing some materials for our next builds. And it's going to be a farmhouse next to the water. Just a classic farm, you know, the cows, the wheat, all the things. I actually went on, I pop up a picture right now and show you the inspiration. I am going to be using IRL inspiration today, and here's a photo from Massachusetts, and just an iconic building in a small port town. And we're going to try to copy that as best as we can, obviously with a little bit of artistic liberty. But for the meantime, I have to be digging up some of this. I'm going to build it out of mostly red terracotta just to give it a different feel from the other buildings in the area. And of course, we're going to do some building with the frog lights. Now, what you missed last episode, right after I left you guys, I went in to work on my frog light farm a little bit, fell into the lava, drank a fire potion, so I wasn't totally unprepared. I felt pretty responsible there. But deep in the lava, there were multiple magma cubes waiting for me. And so I died, and I lost everything. So most of my off-camera progress was getting some armor back, getting some wings, going end busting. So that's what you missed. Was not great. Let's do better today. Okay, so the first area I'm going to be building is right over here. So our home base, starter base is there. Our lighthouse, the missing bridge, and Porthouse Manor you can see just over the treetops. And this farmhouse build is going to be right over here across the river. And I've already started the wheat. And the reason why I'm doing this farmhouse is because I found out, maybe I mentioned it last episode, I can't remember, but I found out with the block packed mud, which is there, you need to actually incorporate wheat into that to make the packed mud and the mud bricks. And mud bricks I definitely want to build with. So I started that over here with our little cow pen. Such a cool texture. I don't know how yet I'm going to use it, but I am going to use it. And I'm excited to use it, but I need wheat. So my wheat farms are piddly over there, so I'm starting a massive wheat farm here, and I'm going to actually probably do some more over here and just really start to crank the wheat out. But you can't have a wheat without a farm. So you can pop that picture back up, talking to my editor, of course. Pop that picture back up, and we're going to lay this farm out together. So red terracotta, regular terracotta, and red concrete is going to be the palette. I'm going to have the first rectangle be attached to our cows here. So without letting them go, do this like that. So our first rectangle is going to come out something like that. And I'm going to embed this into the hillside to save on materials and building, so I don't actually have to build those walls up yet. And then our next rectangle, as we can look at that picture maybe one more time to help me, is just going to extend out a little bit, someplace like that. Probably right there is good. And then come over here. It's a lot less long than it is wide, and then it's going to connect to the hillside like that. So we have our two rectangles, longer on this side and wider on that side, and the roof layout as seen in the picture. So I think that's enough laying out. Why don't we jump into a time lapse for real this time and see what we can do. Let's do it. Oh, trampled crops. makes such a cool interior glow. They're very bright, and the yellow ones are just really, really nice. So that's what they look like. I added the fences to make it appear like a window. Please leave me alone. So that's what it looks like. Little update. I need to add detail and obviously the interior. So we'll see how it goes today, if I go full interior or if we move on to the next build and we maybe keep the interiors together on a different episode. Not sure where I'm heading, but I want to finish the exterior in landscape 100%. So I'm going to chip away at that. I got to figure out some cool ideas for details on these walls to add texture and maybe add a couple more windows. So I will bring you back in when I have something to show you, and hopefully it looks cool. I like the way it looks already. It's very simple, but it nestles into this area really nicely. Yeah, I might have to change this farm field up a little bit to add some more space right here to walk, but that's easy. So, okay, check back in a second. All right, bringing you back in. I did some pretty good not interior, I did some pretty good work on the outside of our new farm build. And before we get into it, I want to take you to a new segment.
Hello and welcome to John Danielson Suggests.
Hey folks, this is my premiere episode of John Danielson Suggests, and it is going to be a new segment on public broadcasting all about Minecraft and good Minecrafters that I would suggest to you. And before we get started, thank you to my hip hop crew who wrote that intro. Couldn't do this show without you, so like I said, thank you. We're gonna get right into it. Today's episode is 100K on the YouTubes or less, 100K subscribers or less suggest. Okay? And for this one, we got a really great YouTuber. His name, Laura's Bronies. Laura's Bronies been YouTubing since 2022. That's not right. He had to be older than that. Let's see. He's been joining. He's up to 44K. So he reached that 100K or less threshold. That's why we got him on here. He's been YouTubing. Let's put the about on there. He's been YouTubing since 2020. So he's a COVIDer. And like many of us are. And so I've been getting a lot of Twitter feeds on my Twitters about who, John, you're a Minecraft guy. You know about building. We know that. Who would you suggest watching? And I really, there's the big ones. We talked about a lot of the big ones already, but there's these guys who are starting out and they're good. Okay. I would strongly suggest, and I'll put a link on my Twitter sphere for this playlist right here called Bear Bronies in the Minecraft 118. Okay. That's okay. Roll the outro. We are done. Okay. I'm gonna get a haircut.
He lets you know about Minecraft. John Danielson knows all the best channels for you to check out. So tune in next time and find out the up-and-coming stars of the Minecraft world in YouTube. John Danielson Suggests.
Welcome back, everybody. And I hope you enjoyed that. And in all seriousness, please go check my description for the link and go to Low Res Bones YouTube channel. He is epic. Just someone that I recently discovered and someone that inspires me. You know, his editing style and his just his play style and everything reminds me of someone much larger, you know, someone even in the millions of subscribers. So that inspires me to just do a better job editing, do a better job recording and building. So you will not be disappointed in that playlist I suggested. So go give that a check. Obviously wait till this video's done. Let's go check out the farm. So I tried to keep pretty accurate to the photo, obviously, but with a Minecraft twist to it. So remember, this is a port town, a fishing town. Everybody here would own a boat and use a boat and go fishing. So the only real decoration we have are these little like buoys. And I tried to hang them up all over the place, little floating plastic buoys with chains and stuff. And obviously we have our frog lights and window grates. I grabbed some mangrove wood to accent the build and make it a little less flat. I think it looks pretty good. The red is epic. I mean, I can't wait to build with it more. The red is just such a good red. So I applaud Mojang for adding that. Still could use some more windows back here and probably more in the back here as well. Pretty plain. I want to terraform this out a little too, so it's not quite sloping down into the hill like that. I ended up carpeting the roof, which is just best practice, so your zomberts and creepers don't fall from the sky. I did some pathing and spruced up our wheat field a little bit, in which we actually have to harvest that again. So added some walls and shrubs. So that's where we're at with this build. Next, I would like to go to this area behind me. You can't really see it, kind of where that white wool is. And that is the next place I would like to build in this episode. So have you ever just changed your ideas and plans before? I think you have. So that happened, and there was a reason I never built this bridge over here. Remember the bridge over by the lighthouse, and I just wouldn't build it? Well, before I started the next build that I said I would, after that farm build over there, I had an idea and I went with it. So come check it out with me. So if you can see, as we fly through, I built this whole area next to the farm out with a stone wall, and that eliminated that part where the bridge came in, which is a big deal. So this took a bit too. A lot of terraforming, a lot of stone. Don't worry. There's nothing in there. It's actually all hollow. So I didn't go crazy. But so I'm going to need to do the same on this side, I think. And so I'm going to pop up a picture right now. Cue the editor to do a little magic. Remember, this is a port town. So we want the houses to look authentic to the area. And that means that probably with this little inlet here, there would be a breaking wall. And if you think about it logistically, the houses kind of where Porthouse Manor are, or Porthouse Manor is, those houses would be really nice, really expensive. They'd have land, they'd have space, like the beaches over there. But these houses, as you go inland, they're lacking the ocean view. They're going to be a little smaller, a little closer, and with a little less quality materials. So all of the above, really. So you can see by that picture that I'm going to show you, we're going to just jimmy jam a billion little homes all through here, totally connected, like wall to wall, with like a little sidewalk and a little walking path. So that means I have to redesign this side to match, just because it really wouldn't make sense that this would be here and it wouldn't be here. And we're going to then build the bridge. And I mean it, we're building that bridge. It might take another 4 months, but the bridge will be here. So that's how we're probably going to end the episode. I'm going to terraform this side and add the wall as well to match. And I have to feather it into the lighthouse. I don't want to change the lighthouse, so I'll actually angle it up and do a ton of tree chopping, a ton of dirt placing, and I will hopefully have the time. It's getting late in the week already. I'll hopefully have the time to pop a time lapse in there for you so you can see it. It's actually super sweet. Okay, bring you back in. That is basically it. Let's fly and see how that's going to look. I think it's going to be awesome. We have some places to build now. It's different than the original plan, but this is the way. I mean, if you look at any port town, this is what happens when you have a main inlet here. You just build up the walls, reinforce them, so you're able to build and there wouldn't be any washout. Let's try to get a good slow angle on it. So that is our new layout. It will need some trees, it will need some pathing, and it will need probably even some more dirt and terraforming. So that is going to be it for me today. Next episode should be really, really cool. It should be full of building. I should be able to get a lot of these smaller houses along this shore done. They don't take a lot. I mean, they're small, so it won't be too bad. And it'll look like I've done a ton. So, you know, some of the bigger builds like the Poorhouse Manor there, it doesn't seem like much, but man, it's like hours and hours. But these little guys, especially, you know, if I'm not going to do much with them, they're kind of just aesthetic for the area. I can just pop out some materials that I have and put them on the ground and they're going to look awesome. So that's what we're going to look forward to next episode. Thank you so much for watching this one. I hope you enjoyed the farm build and the time lapses, and I will see you all on the next one. See ya. Okay, roll the outro. We are done.